as kids, we often fight with our brothers and sisters over silly things.
But as adults, you fight with your brothers and sisters over silly things. Still, also real.
But there's
disputes
real
and real
adult
challenges.
problems.
Yes, adult problems come along. In today's Relationship Reboot, we are getting some advice on dealing with sibling rivalry. And joining us now is our relationship guru, Dr. Kirsten Lynn Seal. Kirsten, great to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
So many people deal with this issue.
Yes.
Because what do you think we hold on to the stuff from childhood?
I know we hold on to the stuff from childhood. Yeah. I mean, I think this just happens. You know, it's interesting because some kids who fight a lot, you know, during childhood end up being really good friends in adulthood, and some kids who are good friends in childhood aren't good friends in adulthood. But generally speaking, when you get to adulthood with your siblings, I mean, this is part of your family. You know, you guys are going to be siblings for your whole lives, no matter how you feel about each other. And what I see a lot in my practice is people coming back to therapy in their with their adult selves, trying to figure out sibling relationships and family relationships in a way that can help them get along better.
Well, and when you're kids, generally you're in the same house or, you know, two houses. But when you're adults, people start moving all over the country, and you develop these different relationships with your parents, too. And you said that's one of the things to keep in mind is that unique relationship, and it's okay that it's different.
Yes, it's okay that it's different. And what's interesting is actually it starts from birth. So, like, think of someone who, like a family of 4 kids, say. The oldest kid is born into the family, and they're the first child. But the youngest kid comes into a family with 3 other kids, and also like 8 or 10 years down the line. So actually, children are born into different families, even though it's the same family. Right?
Sure.
And then so addressing what you said, absolutely, people move around, and relationships with parents change, and that is something to keep in mind. And try not to, here's the thing that happens, I sort of call it the mom always loved you best syndrome, you know, back when, or you were dad's favorite, you know, because different kids connect with different parents at different times. And sometimes those resentments, if we hang on to them, can be troublesome.
What do you do if you feel like your siblings are competing with you or one-upping you all the time?
Right, so, well, if that's happening, the chances are they're resenting you for maybe something that you, like you were better at soccer, or you got the, you know, you were the prom king or queen, right, or something. And so when that happens, it's usually because they're feeling kind of left out and frankly not acknowledged. And so if you feel a sense of competition from a sibling, what I recommend is to just really just kind of give them kind of more attention. You know, sort of shower them with love, and also try to make sure you're not sort of maybe unconsciously competing with them or one-upping them.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of times you think that they're one-upping you, but really it's you.
In fact, well, it might be you, and they might be responding, right? Which is that interesting dance and pattern that we have in relationships that can be so powerful.
Those heart-to-heart discussions can be difficult to have, but you said they're really important.
They're really important. Generally speaking, I try to recommend to people to not have alcohol involved when they're doing these.
Because often that's how siblings interact,
That's exactly, because you know, alcohol is a disinhibitor, so, you know, we have a couple of cocktails and then the truth comes out.
And you think about holidays when people are drinking, and that's when...
Right, exactly. And people are tired and crabby.
So don't do that.
Try not to do that. Try to have, like, go out to breakfast, you know, and just say, you know, there's something that I just feel like we haven't really discussed, and, you know, how about that time 15 years ago? I feel like I maybe should have been more aware, you know. So when your job would be to repair the relationship and to work on that with a sibling that you feel like there's a little bit of strain.
What do you do if one of your siblings keeps relitigating the injustices of youth?
Right. So, you know, as family therapists, we really recommend trying not to do what we call a cutoff, which is when you actually are like, that's it, I'm not talking to you anymore, because that actually doesn't help. You end up having the person actually is living right here, even though I'm not taking their calls and I'm not emailing them. And so, you know, what I recommend with that is just limit your time. Like, I know a woman who had a really hard relationship with one of her siblings, and she could see that sibling like once or twice a year, do you know, and that was kind of it.
That's all right.
You know, sometimes you got to do that.
Allow yourself to do that.
Exactly, because then you can have, you might not be able to have the relationship you wish, but then you can have a relationship, which is the important part.
Kirsten, thank you.
Yeah.